Oh.
Good. So what do you see from USC, their offense and Kessler?
Well, first of all, it's going to be a great challenge for us. You know, they're extremely diverse. Kind of the best of the pro style stuff that we've seen, the best of the spread stuff that we've seen. A very efficient run game. So yeah, I'm excited for our defense to accept this challenge. And plus, a lot of talented players behind the scheme. So it's going to be a fun one.
Have you seen a scheme like this that kind of is a hybrid between like a pro style and?
We haven't seen it. Yeah, we haven't seen it. I don't know if it exists anywhere else. You know, you can kind of see it's the melting of minds over there. You know, you got some guys with some pro style influence in their background. You got some guys that have been exposed to the spread stuff and the tempo stuff, and they're kind of grabbing the best of both. You know, so it's a good offense.
How well has Kessler done?
Very well.
There?
Yeah, he's a guy that he can get to his first, second, third read, you know, which in college football you don't see every week. Typically guys lock on and that's their guy, but he's a guy that can get to that third guy. And his third guy, unlike most offenses, is a real guy, you know, can actually, you know, very effective. The personnel is very good. And, yeah, he's great at executing what they're trying to do on offense, he really is.
He's gotten rid of the ball pretty fast, pretty well.
Yeah.
How important is it that you guys do get pressure in his face, you know, really?
Right. Well, I think a big part of that is, yeah, he gets the ball out quickly, reads the defense pretty well, and gets the ball out. But at the same time, they've been effective at running the ball, and even when they're not effective at running the ball, they're committed to the run game. You know, so whenever you get an offense that's that way, the play action is always valid. You know, and you always have to respect it, especially a team that's running the ball on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 on a regular basis. The play action is always legitimate. And when it's legitimate, it's slowing you down, you know, from a pass rush standpoint. So a big part of it is we got to stop the run. If we want to earn the right to rush this passer and get after him, we got to stop the run.
What stood out to you about that offensive line, given how young they are?
Yeah, they do a good job. You know, it's an offensive line that. You know, you look at the Fresno game and you look at this last game versus Cal. They've improved every single week, and they become very good. You know, they're very good at executing what they're trying to do on offense.
What do you see from Buck Allen that maybe is a little different from what you saw last year?
I don't know if it's much different. I think that he's just. First of all, he's a guy that as we all know, he's a Sunday running back. You know, he's a guy that's going to play in the NFL. What's unique about him from what we see from week to week is his patience. You know, he's a guy that's really going to let his offensive line get their blocks, and he's going to set the blocks up, and he's going to allow his guys up front to work. You know, a lot of times you see younger backs a little impatient. You know, they're just going to put their head down and try to get what they get. But he's got patience, he's got vision. And he's great at breaking that first tackle, you know, getting extra yardage. So it's got to be a week where our gap discipline is great, and we got to tackle it.
Is this a week maybe you worry about gap discipline a little bit more just because of all the emotions that are involved in a game like this?
I don't know, maybe you think that, you know, I think if the last 2 days of practice or any reflection of how they'll play on Saturday, I'm highly confident that they're going to be committed to what we're doing and do our scheme and doing their job. They've done a great job of that the last 2 days.
Where does Nelson Aguilar rate compared to the receivers you've seen so far this season?
Shoot, I don't know if we've seen a better one. You know, he's a guy that's an exceptional route runner. He's got really good speed and quickness, and he's a guy that's going to compete for the ball. You know, he's got great hands, strong hands. You know, even when you get tight coverage on him, he wins a lot of those battles. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for our DBs. You know, this is why you play the game, to play against great competition, and that's definitely what he is.
Jordan Lasley give you a good look on Scotty?
Absolutely. Jordan Lasley's gonna be a stud. You know, this sucker comes out and competes his butt off every day. You know, like these really are his Saturdays. You know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and he approaches that way, gets better every day. I mean, he's becoming a guy that you know, he makes it easier for our guys on Saturday because you don't always see a guy as good as him.
I think Aguilar is one of the highest used receivers in the entire nation. How do you balance, you know, giving extra attention to him to not letting, you know, their other athletes, their other playmakers, you know, make big plays?
Right. I think you got to be diverse with your play calling. You know, at times you got to help with him, and at times you just got to mix the coverages up so they're not quite sure what you're doing. You know, so it's just. it's just about, and then at the end of the day, having an answer. You know, if he is becoming an issue, having an answer for it. True.
Whatever.